Camp NaNoWriMo. We're gonna vlog about it. My name's Jessica. I am a poet and writer living in the Pacific Northwest. And this is my channel, and I vlog about things sometimes, inconsistently. But here I am again. I'm doing camp, and I set a goal for a project that I call Tad, which is a full core novel that I finished the first draft of in 2021, in December of 2021. And then I kind of didn't touch it for a really, really, really long time. And at some point I decided that I wanted to write a journal component to this novel from the point of view of a secondary character. And so I spent, like a whole year doing that, which was way too long, honestly. But I was, what is in my hair? I was procrastinating, okay? I was scared. And I didn't want to edit. I didn't want to think about editing. And so I was like, hey, I'll just write more. I'll just write more. It's never ending. But for camp, I decided that enough is enough. I really do need to edit. And since I finished that journal thing, part of that editing is going to be peppering those journal entries throughout the existing manuscript. And I have a couple ideas of how to do that, but I think that's also going to be a thing that I just have to see how it goes and just kind of do it. Anyway, I'm sitting in my car. I have a voice and piano lesson, and I'm really nervous. I'm not nervous about singing, but I have that feeling that, like, I'm about to go in front of a crowd of people and give a speech. But it's not about my voice lesson. It's about editing after, because I'm going to Panera after this to sit, oh my God, to sit and finally edit. And I don't know how. I don't know how to do this, okay? I don't know how. Guess I'm just gonna have to take it one chapter at a time. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. All right, we're back. Voice lesson went well. Typical comments. Breathe, Jessica. Breathe more. But now I'm at Panera, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, set up, my tripod in there, or how I'm going to go about this, or if I will just check in when I'm done. I do need to eat dinner. It's 7:30. I haven't eaten yet. So yeah, they close at 9. So I'll have a good hour and a half. Some of that will be spent eating, but I can also pull out the laptop. That's the other thing. For editing, I have to use my laptop, and I don't like it. Well, it's not that I don't like my laptop. I don't like writing on my laptop. I like surfing the internet on my laptop. But I write my first drafts by hand, and I just don't think that could work with editing. I think I have to use the computer, and I don't wanna. Oh well. Anyway, talk to you soon, or whatever. Hello, another day, another car video. Last night I did work quite a bit at Panera, and most of the time was spent kind of staring into space and procrastinating, as I do. But once I kind of got things moving, it was easier. And really, once I got into the flow of things, it was 9 o'clock and they were turning the vacuums on and I had to leave. So I got home and I put the kids to bed, and then I worked a little bit more in bed. And I finished editing chapter 1, or, for this round. It probably needs more. To begin with, it was around 1,000 words, and now it's around 2,005 words. So quite a bit longer. I think it needed to be. I think I underwrite. As much as I enjoy purple prose and poetic language. And as much as I feel like I do that, now that it's come time to edit, I don't think that I do. I think I'm pretty concise despite using fancy language sometimes. Yes, I think I like what I've done, and this was one of those chapters that I felt did need to be almost rewritten. I kept certain lines that I really liked, and certain, you know, the vibe of the chapter is the same, but there were some things that needed to change that were crucial to the story. And I felt like I needed to kind of explain some things a little bit better that relate to some major themes in the story. And also I tried to kind of allude vaguely to things that happen in the future. Was I successful? I don't know, but it's done. I added those 2,000 words to my to my NaNoWriMo counter, and I don't know, I feel like I edited. I don't know if this is what it's supposed to be like, but this is what it is for me. So today I am sitting in the car again because I have an electrolysis appointment. These Armenian genes are persistent, and your girl needs something a little bit stronger than the typical wax solutions that are available. But because I have ADHD, I'm either late for everything or I show up early, and that's what I did today. I got here 20 minutes early. I went in to check in, and she's like, oh, well, you're supposed to go in at 3, so there'll be a little bit of a wait. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I'm thinking I'm late. And I was like, oh, that's good. That's good that, like, they're running behind. So, like, me being late wasn't a problem. I look at my phone and I've got 20 minutes before my appointment. So I realized that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'll be back. And then my dumbass walks out here, and I try to get into a car that isn't mine because it was the same color and the same brand, like Mercedes. And I'm like, why isn't this door opening? And I was like, oh, it's not my car. Sorry. Yeah, so hopefully no one saw. I'm sure everyone did, but yeah. I don't know how much time I'll get to write today, but hopefully once I get back home, I can squeeze something in. I don't know. We'll see. But overall, very optimistic. We'll see if that continues. Hello. I've not been very good about updating, but, oh, by the way, I got my hair dyed today. I haven't dyed my hair in like 6 years, so I went a little bit lighter, and I kind of like it. I don't know, it's still getting used to it, but anyway, I have been working on my, oh, I have a puppy. Oh, this is Hazel. Oh, you're such a mess. She's a puppy. She was born in February. And she's my baby. I love her. She's a sweetheart. Anyway, what was I saying? I have edited now 4 chapters, and I typed up all of the journal entry things that I wrote, and I set my Camp NaNoWriMo goal at 20,000 words. And the way I was going to count, which I don't think I went over this, earlier in the video because I'm very scatterbrained. The way I am counting my words is editing the chapter, and then whatever the word count is for that chapter, when I'm done editing, I'm adding that to my word count. And then I also counted all the words that I typed up from my handwritten first draft. And I've already reached 20,000 words. So those journal entries ended up being half of my goal. And so I just today, after editing chapter 4, I reached my 20,000 goal. So I don't know. I mean, I'm happy about that, obviously, but camp's not over. And I kind of like having like something to work toward, and it doesn't let me change, like on the website, NaNoWriMo website, it will not let me change my goal. I have to like delete it and start a new, like completely new thing. So that's kind of a bummer. And yeah, I know it's silly, but like I'm the opposite of an overachiever. Like, I need to make this clear. I'm the opposite of an overachiever. I will intentionally apply myself less. Even if it's a goal I set myself. Because, like, I don't want to set that kind of precedent that I'm going above and beyond, you know? Like, come on, no. I learned that by working in an office, like, doing data entry. I was really, really fast at it. And then, like, they just kept giving me more. And so I was doing more work than everyone else. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not doing this anymore. And so I would sit there and be like, type, 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 and intentionally slow myself down just so that I didn't have to do another stack of files that needed to be entered. Anyway, so that's me. That's how my brain works. I am a chronic underachiever, and that is how I like things. So hitting the goal so early is like, okay, guess I'm done, you know? Like, I'm trying to fight that part of me because, like, I do want to keep working, you know? Oh, anyway, so I think I'm going to set a goal outside of the Camp NaNoWriMo website thing. Just for myself, I'm going to set my goal a little higher because, oh my God. But I do wish that it was on the website because I do like seeing my little graphy line go up, 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 up. You know, that's very satisfying for me. Yeah, I don't know. Is that really, that's like really stupid probably, but I do best when I'm failing at a goal. My best work. That's probably the opposite of some people, but you know, hey. Yeah. But anyway, I will say that once I got started editing, I really liked some of the things that I added. Like, I really feel like things are coming together a lot more smoothly than I expected. So, yeah. I still don't know where those journal entries that I mentioned, I still don't know where they're going to be. And I've kind of put a couple in there, just guessing. But yeah, that's going to be a challenge. But yeah, so anyway, I'm struggling now because I'm like, I'm done. I reached my goal, so now I'm done. And I don't have to do any more. But I do have to do more. And I'm going to do more. I just have to fight against my very literal brain because, like, to me, and like how literal I see things and approach things, I'm like, okay, so the goal was 20,000. And I did 20,000, so I'm done, you know? And that's just not, you know, I'm an adult and I should know better. You know, I shouldn't do that. That shouldn't be the way I approach this. But it goes against everything in my brain to be like, still working even though I reached the goal. You know, does that make sense? And I keep saying this over and over again. Okay, anyway, I'm talking in circles. Let's see. I guess I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing. But this weekend, because it is Friday today, the 14th, And this weekend I have a birthday party to go to. And then on Monday, we are flying to Florida and spending about a week down in Pensacola. So that's going to be really fun. However, you know, it's like super hot in Florida right now, apparently. And I guess the water in the Gulf is like 90 degrees. So yeah, we picked a great time to go. So my friend will be there with her kids. I've been friends with her since high school, which is a long time. So that's exciting. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to the heat. I am looking forward to being on the beach. Not looking forward to having kids in the water at the beach, being eaten by sharks and shit. Like, I'm not excited about that. But, you know, that might not happen, right? That might not happen. Anyway, that'll be really fun. Oh, hold on, sweetie. My son's in here. Hold on. Shh. I'm recording a video, so hold on a second. So yeah, reason I set my goal at 20,000 was because I was going to be gone for a week. And I thought that that would be a reasonable goal. But now that I've met that goal before I even left for that week, I'm like, well, now what? So, you know, that's where I'm at. I guess I will update you a little bit more later, but yay! Yay! I won camp, so it feels underwhelming, you know, like for the reasons I mentioned, but it is what it is. Hello! It is July 26th, and I just got back like 5 days ago from Florida. We were there for a week, and I got absolutely nothing done during that time. I thought I was going to do some vlogging while I was there, just kind of show like, what are we doing? Where did we go? Even though I'm not working on anything. I did bring everything to work on, but of course didn't. Before I left for Florida, I got my hair done. It is a couple shades lighter than my natural color, and it's actually really close to what my hair looked like naturally when I first met my husband in like 2002. So my hair has gotten considerably darker since then, but I decided to kind of go back to the old me. That's stupid. Anyway, I got nothing done, but I did have a really awesome time in Florida. It was way too hot to live. I do think living in a place like that is kind of crazy. If you do live there and enjoy it, I don't understand your brain at all. I could not. We were right on the beach, our hotel, and if I wasn't on the beach in the water or like in the pool or indoors AC, I was just difficult to be around. I became a bad person. I became a very unhappy person and a very gross, sweaty person as well. I was outside like the whole time and barely got any color to my skin at all. So that's something. I tried to not look like a ghost, but it's not working. Anyway, while I was there, we went to the zoo, and the zoo there had, you know, a thing where you could pay a little extra for a ticket to feed hippos. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I absolutely adore hippos. They're my favorite animal, and I love them, and I love them. And yeah, I paid the $30 to go and throw food in their mouths. They would not let us pet the hippos because they are very dangerous animals. But the hippos came right up to the gate or to the fence area. They had like an elevated fence area where the hippos would come up and they would like go ah, and like open their mouth and let you throw food in their mouth. And I was so excited, and I cried like as we were walking in to do this. I cried and got like all choked up, and then the whole time like I was just trying to keep it together. I was beside myself. I told the lady that I was probably gonna cry, and she was like, oh, you know. And so she's like asking trivia questions about hippos, and then she keeps looking at me like I'm gonna know the answer. Like I can think of anything but, oh my God, hippos at that moment. All the thoughts left my brain. I knew nothing. I was like, hippos. How much do you think these hippos weigh? Hippos? That was me the whole time. So I did it, and I guess I can put a clip of it here, I guess. Sure.
Koboko is actually going to be, is it 27 or 28 Insta? 28. Currently 27. Yeah. So, there we go.
I love you.
It's not August yet. I was going to say next month. Almost a month from being 28.
Oh, you missed. That's okay.
That's okay. I'll grab it for you, bud.
That's all right. You made it. You got it.
I hope he said it, Mom.
All right. Let's see. You are so funny.
Do you think they smell?
Well,
They smell wonderful.
Don't forget to get your selfie with the
Yes.
hippo today.
We have to. Okay. So I then, as we like rode the zoo train back to, you know, the place where they picked us up, I then started crying again because like it all kind of dawned on me that I got to feed hippos, and I just like sobbed. I started sobbing, and I went into the zoo cafe because, like I said, being outside was not going to happen. And after that, I was like, I'm not walking around the zoo anymore. I did what I came to do. I'm done. I don't care about anything else. So I sat in the zoo cafe and I ugly cried for a while. And it was great. It was wonderful. And I cannot believe I got to feed the hippos. Anyway, that was the highlight of my trip. Yeah. So we get back home and I thought, you know, I got to get serious about this editing stuff. And so I didn't do that at all. I didn't edit until today. I decided I was going to edit. We came home on the 21st or 22nd. 22nd. And now it's the 26th and I still haven't done anything. Anyway, part of my hang up is the next, I think, 3 chapters are chapters that, as I was writing them, I knew were going to be a problem for future me. And I just said, this is a problem for future me, not present me. And I just kind of like didn't care and I just left it. But now, future me is present me, and I still don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these chapters. They definitely need to be rewritten completely. And actually something happened in an earlier chapter that I added that completely changed the, you know, should change the tone of like the interactions and conversations in this chapter. And I just don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I really need to be like strategic with these chapters. And obviously that's not how I play the game. Okay. I'm a button masher. Okay. Strategy's not my deal. I don't do that. So that's my hang up. And I just really need to kind of get over it. But it's hard. It's hard. Hello. I have my puppy. She's cute. It is the final day of Camp NaNoWriMo. what happened after my last update was I was all set to start working, and then my 6-year-old started puking, and so I had to deal with a sick child for a few days. My husband and my older son, okay, there she goes. My husband and my older son had it a few days before that, and then my son got it. My other son got it. And then a couple days went by and I did not catch anything. But I did not stay lucky for very long. I thought I missed it. So I ended up getting sick. I guess it was some kind of flu. We were puking and stuff. It was not a good time. But needless to say, I did not do any work from the last update until basically today, which is the final day of Camp NaNoWriMo. So it's July 31st, and I am home. My kids and my husband went to a scout meeting, and I just got back from my voice lessons and piano lessons. And so I will have a little bit of peace and quiet until around like 8:30 or so. So maybe an hour or so of quiet before they get back. So I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can. I did work a little bit today, and like I said, the next few chapters, like chapters 5, 6, and 7, are an absolute disaster, and I've really had a hard time trying to figure out how to fix it. But it's getting better, and I think maybe I can work through it today. I'm hoping. If not, it's fine. I already reached my Camp NaNoWriMo goal, so, you know. But like I said, I vastly underestimated how much work I could do on this novel in July. So I guess I will try to report back one more time and kind of give you the final word count for camp, and then figure out a way to compile these videos and get them posted. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm procrastinating and rambling, so let's get to work. Okay, well, I was trying to write outside and get some fresh air for once in my life, but nature punished me for it. I guess my husband left a plate of food on the table out there, and I cleaned it up and like got rid of all that, but there were so many bees, and like they would not leave me alone. And I was very sad. We actually have a bee problem right now in our yard. Like in our front yard, my husband was kind of cleaning up a certain area, and he got stung like 8 times, like all over. And then we have some goddamn garbage bees. Fuck! Don't be! Near our trash cans as well, and they're like in our garage. So we need to get some beekeepers out here. But yeah, I was really excited to like actually write outside, but I guess we're gonna try inside now. And I don't know, I'm not as happy about it. Did you guys see my cool shirt, by the way? Neon Genesis, Evangelion, Garfield. Okay, so that's cool, right? Let's look at the bright side. I have a cool shirt. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be okay with the door open because I left the sliding door open to the deck. Hopefully they won't come in here and wreak havoc. I really don't want to deal with it right now. All right, so it is August 1st, and that means Camp NaNoWriMo is over. I had a really good camp. Last night, I worked right up until my kids' bedtime, and I finally feel like I know what I'm doing with the next chapters. I ended up combining chapters 5 and 6 into one chapter because what happened in those chapters happened in the same place and within a very quick period of time and had all the same characters, etc. And so I don't know why I had it separate to begin with. It just, you know, I just did. So it made more sense to combine those chapters. And once I did that, I felt really good about, you know, everything. Yeah. Anyway, one thing that was a challenge here was when I wrote it, I knew that these scenes were supposed to be kind of not foreshadowing, but, you know, what's happening in these scenes is the village has come together, the elders of the village, rather, have come together with the clergy, and they are kind of talking about something that has happened and maybe reasons why it might have happened, how they can fix it, right? So when I was writing it originally, I hadn't written the rest of the book, obviously, and I don't outline, so I had no idea, like, what was going on, really. I was kind of figuring it out along with them, and so it felt really rushed, and it felt, like, aimless, you know? And so now I feel really good about it. I obviously, I know what happens now. They still don't know what happens, but I do. And I feel like it doesn't feel rushed anymore. And the conversation feels a little more natural. The characters are more alive. These are all good things. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's as good as it's going to get for now. Yeah. So now chapter 7 has become chapter 6. And while I did not work on that at all, I have figured out what I need to do in that chapter going forward. So I have things to work on in August, right? Yeah. Looking forward to that. I like that I have something ready to go in my mind, and I'm not just starting from scratch. I like it. So, overall, Camp NaNoWriMo was a success. Like I mentioned, I reached my 20,000 words edited goal pretty early on. And my final word count, let me look, is 25,490 words. And that's not too shabby, considering that I had a week off for vacation and then nearly a week of being distracted by people throwing up all around me and throwing up myself. So, you know, I wonder what I could have done if I didn't have those forced breaks in there. But yeah. I guess on that note, I will end this vlog. I will catch you on the flip side, baby. Peace.